Hello, Leos. Thank you so much for being here. So glad you could make it. I hope you're all doing very, very well. Leo, welcome to your money and finances forecast. I've already shuffled and laid out the spread, so we're going to move on to your reading. But Leo, stick around because at the end we're going to take a look at what some additional message and final message can be for you for guidance about your money situation. So let's get started, Leo. Now, Leo, your overall energy around your money and finances is this Two of Wands. So with the Two of Wands around your money, this is planning for the future. This is already already seeing your plans working that you've already done around money. This is for some of you experiencing positive signs around money, experiencing some success approaching around money. For some of you, there could be a matter where you may not be getting the money that you are expecting, but hang in there because that check is in the mail. That money is still coming. You could trust in that, or at least is in process in somehow, in some way. Now, this is also you making decisions, and be mindful of the decisions that you're making because the Two of Wands speaks to duality. Whatever choice that you make, the path that you take is going to take you on that journey. So you want to make sure you're making the right decisions, okay? Now, also this Two of Wands is saying that you may be looking for ways to expand or invest regarding your money. As well, the Two of Wands is saying that you want to be decisive in how you're going to take action, or you're being decisive in how you're going to take action with money. But the Two of Wands is saying if there's money that's out there you've been looking for and waiting for, been expecting, that's due to you, it's coming. It just may not come when you want it, but it will show up. Now, your attitude towards that Two of Wands is the Star. So you could be involved with or dealing with an Aquarius, Leo. But with the Star energy here is your energy and attitude. This is saying that there's a very positive omen around your money. There's the ability for that. And this is you having wishful thinking. Now, for some of you, you are wanting more, okay, than what's going on with your money and finances situation. The Star is also saying that you may be focused on renewal. You want serenity, or you're experiencing serenity, but you're certainly having faith, or there's a need to have faith. This is hope and optimism. This is happy dreams. This is reaching a period of calm and quiet after experiencing difficulties or a spell of or period of time when money was, money times was hard and rough. Now, this is also saying that with the Star, you are seeing the light at the end of the tunnel, or you will. This here is longing for something. Also, this is allowing yourself, for some of you, to drift away from the everyday and doing a little more, indulging in the more whimsical things, more extravagant things, more playful things that you want to turn towards or put your money towards. Just be careful with that because you still want to maintain your plans. This also could be you looking back about your money situation in order for you to look forward. But the Star is saying that you are believing and trusting that your money situation is improving or will get better. The Star is also saying you're focused on having everything you need, or you are experiencing having everything you need and then some with the Star. So the Star is you focused on healing or experiencing healing with your money and finances situation. Now, your money and finances situation is the Four of Cups, and your energy and attitude towards that is the Page of Swords. So with the Four of Cups here is the situation with your money. There could be an issue with a missed opportunity. There could be being too focused on your personal goals. Or this could be you are choosing to focus or needing to focus instead on your personal goals rather than putting your money into anything else until your goals are met or your needs are met. Now, the Four of Cups is also saying there may be some dissatisfaction and disappointment with money, but also that you may be seeking opportunities. Be mindful and careful of a possible unexpected offer. The Four of Cups is also asking you to be mindful because this is a warning to pay attention to your money. For some of you, you may be so worried about what's going on with your money that you haven't noticed that there's an opportunity right in front of you for you to be able to change what you got going on with your money and finance situation. The Four of Cups is also saying you may be heavily contemplating and meditating on your money situation. Some of you may be feeling bored about your money situation. For some of you, there may be a need to be more focused, or you are very focused. Be careful about being lazy or jaded, though, about your money and finance situation. Be careful about self-pity as well. So with the Page of Swords here is your attitude. You may be fighting about your money situation, or you are focused on fighting the problems, being a guardian, defending and protecting your money and finances. You may be looking to defend or protect an idea you have about money and finances, or fighting and protecting your money and finance situation regarding a person or some news coming in. This could be news coming in about your money and finances that you're not really happy about, or that could be an opportunity for you. The Page of Swords is also saying that this is a time where you are being youthfully clever, or there's a need to be youthfully clever with an approach towards money. You may be keen to learn more about money, or what you may need to do with money for plans and new planning, getting a new perspective. But this is you using or needing to use your brain to help you confront the issues and fears that you're facing with money. Now, the Page of Swords is also saying that for some of you, you could be all talk and no action. For some of you, you may not be able to make good on a promise, or maybe you don't want to make good on a promise. For some of you, you are compelled to take a risk, but there's a need for you to ground yourself and make sure that you are not being too impulsive or irrational when it has to do with what you're doing with your money. Now, for some of you with this Page of Swords energy, you're just mentally restless and you just want to do things with haste. Some of you are just being very talkative about your money. Some of you are being very curious about what's going on with your money or what can happen with it. And some of you might be feeling very, very courageous at this time about how and what you're doing to work with your money, your goals, and your responsibilities there. The Page of Swords is also saying you may be enthusiastically pursuing new money opportunities, and that you're relying on your intellect and knowledge, or there's a need to rely on intellect and knowledge in that pursuit. So, Leo, you do have the Knight of Wands and the Nine of Coins. So the Knight of Wands is your money situation, and the Nine of Coins is your energy and attitude with your money and finances here. So, Leo, this may be you being very passionate and driven to act. Be careful about being lustful. You may be being adventurous about money, or needing to be careful about how adventurous you will be. This is the time where you may be looking to be very imaginative and creative, or there may be a need for you to be imaginative and creative. This is the time of seeking aggressively for new opportunities to improve your money and finances. Also, the Knight of Wands is saying be careful, because money could, as quick as money is coming in, it may be going out. The Knight of Wands is also saying for your money situation, for you to be mindful of impulsiveness and hasty decisions or scattered energy. This is the time where there's a need to set boundaries. You may be very multi-talented at this time, or there may be a need to tap into all your talents at this time. Be careful of flighty behavior in you and flighty behavior of others with this Knight of Wands. This Knight of Wands is also saying you may be embarking on entrepreneurship, but there's some sort of movement or doing action is happening with your money and finances, or there's a need for movement and doing action with your money and finances. So be imaginative and be creative, and possibly it may be a need for you to be a little adventurous, but make sure you maintain your passion and spirit towards you seeing success and movement and progress, improvement with your money and finance situation. Now, with that Nine of Coins being your energy and attitude towards that Knight, I do feel that with this Knight of Coins, that some of you do feel calm and comfortable about your money and finances situation, and may be due to, after going through some danger or some issues or struggles, or even with some risk, you will be in a safe situation or in a better or safer position with money. Now, the Nine of Coins is also saying that this is you perhaps feeling secure, where you might be even a little bored and needing and wanting some excitement. Just be careful how you go about that financially so that you can maintain movement and progress and gain and success with money. Now, or continue to build it. Now, the Nine of Coins is also saying that you may well be comfortable about the movement that's happening with your money and finances and your status. This is you experiencing material success. This is you being independent, and this is you being able to be resourceful and gain. Now, if this is not your situation, the Nine of Coins is saying this is the time for you to be mindful and careful about codependence on your part or the part of someone else you could be dealing with that could be in and out with you or indecisive, but for you to also to be careful about your indecisiveness on how you will act or not act on something. So you want to have confidence here. The Nine of Coins is also saying that you may be in a position where there's a need for you to be resourceful and to see what you can gain, and for you to see what you can establish or to maintain what you've established. But also the Nine of Coins, I feel, is saying that for some of you where you are, if you're struggling with finances, this is the time that you have to rely on your own ability. This is you doing this independently or needing to do this independently and be resourceful and rely on your own tactics and means to be able to see movement, success, and progress, and do so aggressively. Okay? But be assertive, not chaotic. Now, for you, Leo, you do have as your money situation the Six of Swords, and then you got for your energy and attitude is this King of Cups. This King of Cups is very interesting energy here. You could be dealing with someone childish, or you may need to boss up and have more adult tactics towards your money situation, more mature and accountable behavior. And so anyway, I digress. The Six of Swords, I feel like for some of you, you might be in some troubled waters around your money situation, and there's a need to rise above those problems. You may need to turn to a friend. Now, for some of you, your money situation has been a journey, but you may be coming into a place where you're getting some support, or you may need to start looking to where you can get some support while you are trying to navigate your money situation and improve it or maintain it. The Six of Swords is also saying you're experiencing some sort of transition. That might be a regretful transition, but necessary, that needs to happen. And so there's a need for you to move on. For some of you, you're experiencing a rite of passage, or you're focusing on wanting a rite of passage around your money situation. Now, your situation also can be, for your money, is that it's about to change. And while it's about to change or changing, there's a need for you to make some sacrifices along the way so that you can move away from your problems or avoid them. For some of you, simply help is going to be needed here. So there's a need for you to be accepting to a gift or a loan without worrying about how and when you can pay it back. Doesn't mean you won't. You just can't focus on that so much right now, as much as you need to be able to get the help that you need. So you may find yourself temporarily indebted to keep from going broke. Okay? And there's a need to figure out how to be okay with that, with this energy. Now, for some of you, the Six of Swords is simply saying you're moving on from troubled waters and you're getting a peace of mind around your money situation because it's improving, or you're able to get things settled. Now, the King of Cups, okay, as your energy and attitude towards the Six of Cups. This is like, the King of Hearts, right? So you very much have a great deal of emotions towards your money and finances situation. You may be focusing on having a great deal of compassion, or you might not have so much compassion here, okay? Now, you may be focused on wanting the rules, or there's a need to focus on the rules or enforce the rules or create some rules. But the King of Cups is also saying there's a need for you to have controlled emotions at a time that you may feel that your emotions are very much challenged. Now, this may also be you being very sensitive about your money and finances and doing all you can not to show it. Now, the King of Cups is also saying this is the time where you may be focused on trying to be diplomatic and be a peacemaker concerning your money and finances, who you may have to deal with, because there is someone else in this image, right? There may be some focus on something to do with children, but the King of Cups is also saying that you may be looking at trying to be very creative and motivated about being accountable and responsible, or requiring accountability and responsibility. If I could just fucking talk. Maybe there may be a need for you to speak up, but also be diplomatic in the way that you communicate, because whatever you're going to speak about around money is so emotionally, has you very emotional. Okay. Now, the King of Cups is also saying you could be being henpecked, or you could be the person henpecking someone else as it has to do with money. Now, some of you, this is around because you want acknowledgement, or someone wants acknowledgement from you. But you may be bossing your money situation around concerning someone else, bossing them around, or you may be feeling bossed around, perhaps. Now, with this King of Cups energy, this is about focusing on being accountable and responsible, being more accountable, being more responsible, and being very creative to that regard, with the focus on how to transition, how to move on, how to adapt to what's going on, and where you can seek or communicate about your ability to see that transition, create that transition, or ensure a transition that moves you away from problems, keep you from problems. Okay? Don't start none, won't be none, right, Leo? Now, Leo, your goals around your money is the Queen of Swords and Temperance as your energy and attitude. So, with the Queen of Swords here as your goal, this here is you focusing on getting to the truth. Now, the Queen of Swords can also say you've gone through a lot of hard times, and you're able to draw on your experience to help you, where this is a time you know that there's a need for you to be firm and fair. This may be a time that you have a sharp tongue, or you're trying to curb your sharp tongue. This may be a time where you're focusing on trying to get to the truth, but definitely there's a need for you to detach from your emotions about money. Remember, we did see that King of Cups here. And be logical and rational about the decisions that you're making, because your ability to make rational decisions is going to be a must with this Queen of Swords energy. Now, also the Queen of Swords can say that you may be trying to move away from something that's caused you to be bitter, or have a bitter, be bitter in your approach. You want to stay away from that, right? This is with the Queen of Swords. You want to cut out the bullshit, the things that aren't serving you, to cut out the things that is excessive and not needed. This may be more prioritizing needed here with this Queen of Swords. The Queen of Swords is also saying that your goal is that you want to be a quick thinker. You want to be organized. You want to be very perceptive about your money. This is you also perhaps learning by experience. Hopefully the experience is a good one this time. But also this is you needing to be logical, okay? Needing to be logical and use wisdom here, okay? To focus on the truth and cut away the bullshit and the nonsense that you might be exhibiting or that you might be experiencing. And so you could also be dealing with someone who is a Queen of Swords. That may be possible. And this person is your goal in some way, where you may be looking to this person to assist you to be fair, or to be more logical and more practical about spending, or to be more mindful about cutting corners or curbing their behavior and not emotionally spending, or not letting their emotions get the best of them when money matters need a logical and rational approach. Now, this person may be assisting you, or you may be needing this person to get in line. But with Temperance here as your energy and attitude, you could be dealing with a Sagittarius. And with Temperance here, the goal here is to have balance, because with Temperance, it's saying things could really go either way here. real quick. And so Temperance is saying, as a goal in your energy and attitude, is that you may be trying to see how to go with the flow. You are focusing on how to have balance. This is you needing to create a budget or stick to a budget. This is where things are really tight right now, and maybe for a while, and there's a need for adjustments. This is a time where you may be looking to not do anything in excess. This may be you trying to focus on having long-term vision and goals ahead with your plans. This is you wanting to have a good balance. This is also you doing things in moderation. Temperance is also saying that there's a need for you to be mindful and watchful of your money and finances, because you want to create a good balance, being that your money situation that you could be experiencing is that between what's going out and what's coming in, you need to make sure that you continue to make adjustments, or you're mindful of what's happening there. Now, Temperance is also saying that this is a time that you may not need. No, this is be careful of excessive purchases, but I'm also feeling there may be a need to invest in an excessive purchase. And so if that is the case, you want to be mindful about whether or not what you're spending on, if you can afford it or not. Okay? So with Temperance here, you want to have balance. You want to adjust. You want to adapt. You want to recalibrate, if you will, as you can. See how to make things fit and keep things going. And this is also you perhaps trying to be patient, or there's a need for you to be patient, or you're wanting to be given the extension of, someone having compassion and being patient with you, as it has to do with money. Or this may be something you're trying to display towards someone else. Now, what's crossing you in your money situation, you do have the Seven of Cups, and your energy and attitude towards that is the Knight of Cups. So for me, the first thing that pops out with this Knight of Cups is always about how there's a need to be mindful of being a gift horse, but also don't look a gift horse in the mouth. There may be, with this Seven of Cups though, as your situation around money, is that you could be confused by others, or you may be fantasizing about the possibilities for money. That could be a challenge. There could be a challenge of contradictory information that you end up receiving or getting. There could be squabbles with others around money. That could be the challenge. There may be a challenge with coming up with completely new perspectives and options for money. There may be a challenge about the number of options, or too many options, or not enough options, or no options with money. There may be a challenge with having an unconventional perspective about money when it comes to trying to come up with completely new options and alternatives or choices. But also, the Seven of Cups is saying that the challenge may be you're not able to make up your mind. And so with the Seven of Swords, you want to remove confusion. Seven of Swords. Oh, be careful about somebody taking money from you. Be careful about negative thinking, because you don't have the Seven of Swords, but I said it. So you want to be careful of being taken advantage of too, Leo. You want to be mindful of trying to come up with a solid strategy and focus on escape. But back to the Seven of Cups. With the Seven of Cups here, it's about challenges with making a choice and making the right and the best choice. So with the Knight of Cups here, as your energy and attitude, you may be having the challenge of being able to persuade, the challenge of being persuaded, the challenge of what to offer or how to get an offer, an opportunity. There could be a problem with apologies here. There's disturbing or disrupting your money situation somehow, some way. But the Knight of Cups is also saying that you want to be careful about being unrealistic with your money situation, goals, and responsibilities. But the Knight of Cups is saying there's a need to be realistic here, or there's a need to be very creative, or there's challenges with being really creative about your money and finances situation here. And so the Knight of Cups is also saying you want to be careful about getting caught up in meaningless activities with your money and spending. You want to be mindful about how you're playing your part, and if there's involvement or dealings with another or others, you want to be mindful about the part they're playing and how it's affecting your money, and is it realistic or unrealistic. This is you focusing on how to feel at ease with your money and finances situation. Be careful about how you are charming or being charmed. But this is you being imaginative or struggling with being imaginative about what to create here. Now, this also could just be simply you are having challenges with being able to get good news, or waiting for news to come in that should be good about money for you. Now, your likely outcome is you do have this Page of Wands as your money situation. And as your energy and attitude, Leo, is you have this fabulous Magician. Yes. So your money and finances situation with the Page of Wands here, this is you focusing on taking new actions, new and creative actions, exploring, discovering, being motivated. But be careful. Make sure you're doing your fucking homework with your money and finances before you go taking on the adventure. Because you want to make sure that your money and finances, whatever your goal is, whatever you're exploring, whatever action you're going to take, I feel you need to focus on making sure you have long-term effects here. That your plans need to be more long-term results based. Okay? Now the Page of Wands is also saying that there could be some sort of announcement you're making, or an announcement or news you receive where, could require you to respond to, or where you are receiving a response, but an announcement nonetheless. Now the Page of Wands is also saying you are observing and surveying your money situation. For some of you, this is about you being enthusiastic to invest, so be careful that you're not being too impulsive. Again, do the homework. The Page of Wands is also saying this is you being brave and adventurous with those new actions. Again, be careful with those new actions, and this is also you being on an adventure to discovering what new and creative actions or plans that you can come up with or move towards or steer in to either improve your money or maintain its improvement here. Now, with the Magician here as your energy and attitude with your money situation being the Page of Wands, the Magician is saying you could be involved with or dealing with an Aries or an Aquarius, Leo. But the Magician is saying that this is you focusing on having all the tools to create what you want and having the power of influence over your money and your finances to see improvement, to experience success with money. The Magician is saying that you will make money, that money is going to be generated here. But the Magician is also saying be careful about how you could be being a trickster or involved with or dealing with someone that may be a trickster. You may be going about some strange ways that could be exciting and inspiring for you to get some money or create money or to implement for money. The Magician is also saying you could also be experiencing crazy bursts of energy and driven about your money and finances that are youthful and creative and new, and you're being very responsive to that. The Magician is saying there may be simply a need to communicate or a need to travel where your money is concerned. The Magician is also saying that there could be some sudden event that happens with your money that is a new spark for you, that in a right direction or a positive direction that's almost as if magical. But I see your money and finance situation doing well here. Doing well, getting better. And if it's something that having to be worked on, I see that you're going to be able to work it out, Leo. Because what's on that Magician, you had two cards that came out. The first one is the Petty Fool. The fool's wisdom with the petty fool is you are perfect just the way that you are. It's a 45 breaking down to a 9. So for me, that's discussing the hermit energy. So this is a time for introspection, very thoughtful and careful thinking. This may be a time for you to isolate your money and protect it, because we did see the Page of Swords. The hermit is saying that there's a need to prioritize, or you could be dealing with some frustrations, but I feel that you're going to figure out how to get through, past it, or around it. But this here is being analytical. This is doing some soul searching. This is focusing on getting solutions and answers, or this may be you being on that search. Now, if you take a look with this fool, he's kind of being dragged. So pay attention to your intuition. You want to stay focused and not distracted here, and stay on course. I also feel with petty here, be careful that you're not being petty, and be careful about who could be petty with you when it has to do with money here. All right. Now, you also have the peace fool. The fool's wisdom here is peace is only a breath away, and it's an 8. So that's around your energy, Leo, which is strength. So this is the time where there's a need for you to be assertive, to be strong, to be resilient, to have your force and power of will, to balance and do everything you can and all that you can to have balance, to be courageous, to be mindful, to focus on, how bold you are, but be bold, and focus on how you can be generous or how you can receive generosity with strength here. This is also about you needing to have restraint and possibly needing to refrain from activities with your money that wouldn't be appropriate or wouldn't be helpful to you for doing it or for giving it or receiving it. So you want to maintain peace around your money situation and do all that you can to ensure that on the up and up, because with the Magician you want to be careful of manipulation and deception, but yet you do want to be crafty and cunning here. So let's take a look at what some additional guidance may be for you. What's some additional guidance for Leo? Additional guidance for Leo, please. Additional guidance for Leo. Thank you. You have 2 cards, Leo. The first one is, I am in complete control of my financial reality. Where do I need to take greater financial responsibility? What is one thing I can do today to take back control? Okay? So there's a need for you to have self-control or to take back control regarding your money and finances situation, whether it's around what your plans are or your responsibility or goals, or with who it may or may not pertain to. And finally, you have, I am working towards what's important to me. What is truly important to me? In what ways could I use my money to bring this into my life? So I feel like there's a need for you to be self-focused and have self-interest, but in a healthy sense, meaning you need to prioritize. There's a need to prioritize. I'm not trying to tell you what to do. I'm just saying. There's a need to prioritize and do what's best for you and not be so focused on what's best for others, especially if doing something for others means that it will end up not being best for you. Be careful about ego and be mindful of your energy that you're putting into something, or the amount of energy you may need to taper off or pull back from something. Now let's see what's an additional guidance card for you. What's some additional guidance for the Leos? Money and finances, please. Now, you want to have self-interest, but not be selfish, okay? Just saying. Because if you can help, and it's doable, and it makes sense, then help. But if you just, all about you, and it's in a shadowy way, there's a need for you to look back on that. But then this is beyond seeing yourself as important. That's just seeing yourself as all there is to care about. And that is not exactly cool. Thank you, Spirit. Pay yourself first. Make yourself your most important financial obligation by setting aside a portion of your income every time you are paid. This loving form of self-care ensures that you'll have savings to invest in your present and your future. Okay, Leo, so maybe this is around you need to stop being so fucking generous and focus on being good, good to you and what your goals are and your needs are and what you need to be responsible for. Even if things are good, you might need to modify that and have a little restraint. Or be careful about how somebody might be trying to force you to help them in their cause when you need to be focused more on yours. I hope these messages help. Like, share, and subscribe to my channel. Thank you so much for watching, Leo. Bye-bye.